Hi, I'm JT.
And I'm Darlene.
And we've got a live update on our pin trading adventures. So hang tight. We're going to get right into it. Let me unmute the microphone. So we have had some interesting feedback on our Disney pin trading video that we put out. And actually, that's been a really good video for us. But we did have some really interesting feedback, and we learned something, which is very important.
Yeah, there's some things that we learned. This was not a good thing for us. So our last video, you saw that we got 4 lanyards and 100 pins, and they looked fine to us. You know, I mean, there are a lot that I know. Well, we liked. You know, there were some pins that were really cute. You know, like patriotic Mickey, and and this one was a ship. I don't know if that's supposed to be Jack Sparrow or something. Again, we're not up on all of these things, but there were some pretty fun ones, and we started to get some comments on our video because we bought our pins from eBay, and we bought the lot of pins, and they said those are almost guaranteed, all of them, to be fake. And I'm like, well, what do you mean a fake pin?
Fake.
How do you a fake? But they're copies, and in copies you can't trade, or you shouldn't trade. We did find out that these copied pins, these what they call them, scrappers, right? So they call the scrappers, that people are actually trading they're trading them because either they don't know. Like us, we get all these pins and we go and we trade. We could be trading, we're keeping it all going. We're just keeping the trading of counterfeit pins going, which is not good. Or let's say we have like an official Disney pin, and then we go and we trade with someone, and not knowing what to look for, or what some of these pins are, or even that there were counterfeit pins out there, we might be actually trading away our official pin for one that is counterfeit. Yeah,
that's no good.
Yeah, so one of the commenters on our video had told us to just go ahead on YouTube and or just Google fake Disney pins, and there are tons of videos that tell you these are fake. This is what you look for. Yeah.
So in our typical form, we became YouTube certified on the subject. But unfortunately, we're not really physically certified on the subject. So we still have a lot to learn here, guys. But we want to share with you what we learned as we went through and we looked at all these pins we got from eBay.
Yeah, and I think they're right. I think that every one of the 100 pins that we got is probably counterfeit. That's a scrapper. But we, like they said on these videos, if you like the pin, keep it. We got some neat Star Wars pins, and I don't remember. There's some other ones that were princesses or things like that, Mickey pins that we like and we'll keep. We just we just won't trade them. They said don't trade them, so we won't. And then I was telling JT earlier, it kind of stinks because I felt kind of, I don't know.
Robbed.
Well, yeah, but
gypped. Shortchanged. Had. Yeah,
I did. And the thing is, I guess it's because I asked around. I was asking other people, other friends, I'm like, hey, we're interested in pin trading. Do you have any tips? What can you tell us about pin trading? And nobody ever said, don't buy from eBay. don't get any of the lot of pins
Right.
on eBay. They just said, oh, it's addictive and you're going to love it. And cast members have to train. They were talking about all the rules involved. It's like, you have to go here and do these and you get a lanyard and, about you can't touch the pins and all of the rules. But nobody ever said don't go on eBay or Amazon.
Who knew there were counterfeits?
Nope, nobody said anything about there being scrappers out there and any counterfeit pins. So
now you pin traders that are watching this are kind of laughing at us right now, and we understand, but that's okay because thankfully you guys did comment on what we had going on and really appreciate it. I wanna mention Shark and Orca. She is the one that first brought it to our attention. Thank you. For that.
I'm sorry.
And also somebody else piped in there, Amy McKiernan. Amy, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Really, the feedback we got from the two of you made us really look into it further, and that's why we're talking today, because we want to make sure that everybody understands that this is out there.
Right.
At least people that are watching our video.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I also want to mention the ladies that are with Everything Disney Pins, and I believe on Instagram they're Everything Mousy Pins. And these two ladies have been very helpful. They have videos, and they really work at teaching you how to spot a scrapper. And in fact, on their Instagram page, they had two pins back to back, and it's like from the front you're not really going to tell. You can't really tell if that's a fake pin or look fake, but a counterfeit pin. You can't really tell. But it's looking at the back, and I'll show you here in a second. But it's looking at the back of the pin and the stuff on there that will be some big clues. And they had on their Instagram page two pins back to back, and it was very hard to try to tell the difference between those two pins. In fact, all of the almost 300 comments that they had on that picture, it was the left one, the right one, the left one, the right one. This is why I think this one, and this is why I think this one. And it was like, well, JT and I were like, well, how are you really supposed to tell? So
right, especially for a novice. See, honestly, so now the pins that we have seen are all counterfeits. So we haven't actually seen a good pin except for online.
Right.
So yeah, we have nothing to compare it to.
Right. And that's like, so now I'm looking at our pins, and there are a few that I'm going to show you here in a little bit that, I'm fairly certain are counterfeit and are the scrappers, but it's like, well, how do you really know? And also, if anyone's watching this, you can answer this question for us, is when you're going to trade a pin, are you allowed to ask the person that you're trading with to be able to take it off their lanyard so that you can see the back? Or is it, you just, I like that pin and let's trade, and you don't really see anything until, until you get it. That's what I want to know. It's like, well, let me see your pins. I want to see if they're counterfeit or scrappers. I don't know if you can do that, but, and another one of the videos that we watched, they went around and they took pictures of the different pin boards that you asked for in the park, and they were showing us like all of the pins. They're like, look, there's like 50 of these on this board, and this board, that you can tell that they're just all of the scrappers are on these boards. And I think these little boogers are a lot. I can't even hang on to them. Here we go. These little guys, I think these are the ones that are the biggest scrapper copied. So I think these, this one, you see this one? Oh, it's backwards.
Well, it looks right for them.
Oh, does it? Okay, yeah. So like I'll Be Your Mickey, that's one that is copied a lot. And I think these too. I think these are copied a lot. I saw those on a lot of boards that were around the different areas in the parks. So that's a little disappointing. But, you could, I'm assuming you can trade a scrapper for a scrapper. I guess, a fake pin for a fake pin if you have some and you want to trade, like, I don't like these, but I wouldn't mind getting, another kind of this pin,
I mean, it would seem legit to trade a scrapper for a scrapper.
Right.
Yeah, but how do you know?
Right. Sorry,
You know, it's
I'm
like,
all
oh,
wobbly
I
here.
need to see your scrappers so that I can give you one of my scrappers that I think's a scrapper, but I'm not sure.
Right, right. So yeah, she went around the, you know, she took a picture of the boards and then she went back through and she circled all the ones on there that have been copied the most. So anyway, so should I show them? Should we show them the back?
Let's show me. Let me switch your camera around for
good,
you.
because I have to put on my old lady glasses. Ha! Yay!
Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna turn me off. There you go.
Okay. So make sure I get, okay. So hopefully I can get enough light on these to be able to show you and zoom in. So what they were telling us to look for is, you want to look for, oh my goodness, sorry. Okay, you want to look for the color. You want to look, check over your pen, look it over really good, and you want to check the color of it, the paint. And also, like JT said, we don't have a reference for a real pen, what a real pen would look like. So as far as if we were to see this back to back with another one, you know, to be able to tell the difference in color and seeing which one is the better one. So the biggest thing though on the backs of these, now anybody can buy Mickey backs. So I mean, like, they sell them in the store. Hold on a second, I'm sorry. And so I don't know if these people who are selling these scrappers, you know, go around and buy a bunch of these Mickey backs from the store, and then just go ahead and put them on these pins. But anyway, here's the back of the pin, and what I learned from the ladies at Everything Mousy Pins, or the Everything Disney Pins ladies, that after 2011, Disney started doing where they started stamping the back of the pins with this Mickey head, kind of like a waffle looking pattern. And so we have some pins that actually, you know, don't have that, like this one here, that doesn't have any print on it. So that's like, oh dear, how do we tell if that, you know, how do we tell if those are real or not? Just have to assume they're not real. All right, so back to this one. So they have the Mickey pattern here, and so you want to study that and look at it. This one's really hard, and you want to look for it to make sure that these heads come off clean, off to the side like this. The heads come clean off, and you should be able to tell and look at if the ears are round. Sometimes they might look funky, or the pattern might look a little off. And yeah, like I said, this one was on the tougher side. Also, the edges, if the edges are kind of rough, right? I think JT was saying something about seeing that one too. And I think if you come, where did I see it? Ooh, focus. Was it on? I think it's on this. Okay. On this side right here, I think you can start to see where this is starting to look a little wonky over here. Like it might be a kind of a border, or it just doesn't quite look right. This also, these little side pin, what do you call these things? The stabilizers or something? The things to the left of the pin.
Oh, I don't know what they call them.
Whatever these are, let's see if you can get a better view. Focus. Sorry. It's actually not going to...
Actually, look pretty good on the table.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get a better... So you could actually see, like, from... They're really... I don't know, they're dinky. I can't really tell. I guess are they the bigger ones? I don't know. Anyway. But... You want to take you do want to take a second and, oh, come on, focus. Yeah, so anyway, you do want to check it over. Sorry, there we go. You know, and this has got, you can want to check for spelling. Sometimes you might see if they spell Disney, the S might be an 8. I have seen that. I've seen one where you look at the front of the pin, and I think it was Goofy. He was missing a button or something was off. I mean, so you have to look at your pins. And, you know, and this is what makes it frustrating because you can't just go up and trade. And now you got to be like, okay, am I getting, oh, you know, what am I doing? Is this a good pin or not? You can, you know, are you able to really check it out before you trade?
Right.
This one I thought is a really good, this is the, the little lock one. And this one I thought, this was actually a really good one to tell that it was fake. I mean, just look at the pattern on the back. When you go around up to the top of the pin, you can see, look, it just gets all funky up here. And especially right here down the side, it's all, my favorite word today is wonky.
It's a good word.
Right. Right, and then you've got, I'm trying to turn this to the side a little bit to see, woo! Ooh. Limited release. You know, I mean, it looks great.
Well, that one's got a number on it too.
Right. I know some of them did, but you know, it's like they copy the number and make
Sure.
it look good. Disney. I was trying to get a little closer to see if I could get any of that made in China Disney. I think though, if you look, JT and I were noticing on another pin that the fonts weren't the same.
Right.
The between the like limited release or 3 of 5 and then the copyright Disney was all that they were different fonts. On the real pin, the font was the same all the way through. So anyway, that's something else you want to look at too. You know, they were telling you just to use your judgment. If it looks off, you know, not quite right, like I was saying up here, it just doesn't look quite right. You know, this all just is all funky. And there's the edge right here is not quite right either. Disney will have, you know, better edges on their pins. This one is another one that initially it looks right. It looks good. Where was I seeing? It was up here on the ear. It was looking like it was kind of funky right here. And then you can see the edges down here are kind of rough. Woo. Around here. I don't know if there might be a start of a border down here or something, but yeah, so yeah. That one, and let's see, now this one doesn't have any. This is what we have a big question about too. What do we do when it doesn't have a little, we can't check the Mickey waffle pattern, you know, the Mickey head. What do we do with these? So if you're watching, maybe you can give us a tip as to how can you tell with the ones that don't have the waffle pattern? How can you tell? I'm thinking that maybe when you're coming here and looking at the number, and it says 1 of 5 right there, that doesn't look like it's quite right. I don't know, what do you think, JT? Can you see it? Or are you not?
What, where it says 1 of 5?
Yeah. It doesn't, I don't know if it doesn't quite look right. I mean, it's nicely spaced on a normal Disney pin. I know, right? It's hard to tell. Hang on a second. Sorry, people. All right. And here's, you know, these little things are bigger, I believe, than what they're supposed to be. And, ooh, come on, focus. And it says hidden Mickey pin. And also, oh, that's right. So I think, hang on, is the font different there between Disney 2?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Isn't it? I know, right? So, you know, so we're still, we're assuming these are,
right.
We're assuming these are scrappers, but I would still like to know if you can put the answer to this question in the comments. You know, what do we do, you know, about these type of pins that don't have the Mickey pattern on the back? You know, there are other ways to tell. Still, that 1 of 5 looks bad to me. And how can we check a pin before we trade? Can we do that? How can we prepare ourselves for when we go and look at pin boards or look at someone's pins on their lanyard from another cast member? how can we tell ahead of time if that pin is legitimate or not? We would like some help there in that area. I think because JT said that even cast members are trading pins as well. So, they're trading the scrapper pins. So either they don't know or I am so sorry.
Hey, YouTube Live. There you go.
Sorry. I told it's like holding the camera this way is awkward for me. I want to hold it with my other hand, so it's I dropped it. Sorry, y'all. So anyway, it's kind of disappointing. I feel like it kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit because I got really excited about pin trading and that we were going to have all these pins. But we'll still have fun. We'll get some of those mystery pin packs or something.
That's the plan,
park.
right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna decorate our lanyards with our pins, and we're going to enjoy them anyway since they're ours. And then we're gonna for trading, we're gonna go ahead and buy some starter packs or something like that, and those will be the ones that we trade. Just
may not want to trade. I don't know.
We may not want to. Maybe just want to just hold on to and
hoard.
Collecting. We're gonna hoard our trading pins because that makes sense. Yeah, right. So, so that's kind of where we are, guys. Hopefully, those of you that have commented on the other pin trading video, that you'll be able to go ahead and jump in and give us some good tips and maybe with some of the stuff we've shared, give us some pointers and hopefully help out us and our viewers. And
don't be too hard on us.
Yeah. And so guys, if you're enjoying our content, we'd love to hear about it. Give us a thumbs up. We'd ask you to subscribe and go ahead and tick the bell. We're going to be trying to do a little more live video here, especially we're 7 days away. 7 days till we go to Disney. So we have a lot to do this week, and we're going to try to give you updates more and more frequently as we get up to it and then going through it. So we'll talk to you next time. So until then,
bye.